Lots of people are afraid of me, but back then, they weren't. I used to be a very popular kid in school. I had tons of friends. I even was on TV once. Actually, that day I was on TV was the worst. It was a show called The Happy Place, and lots of kids loved it. I was pretty excited and happy when I got the role. The main characters were a rabbit named Rascal, a dog named Sam, and the bird named Flint. Me and the other kids met them, and went with them to a play place, as they called it. I was kinda worried though. Sam kept staring at a little girl named Natalia. She began to look worried too. Soon Flint started to make creepy noises, which he kept saying was his singing. Then the creepiest thing happened with Rascal. He began to nudge something in his pocket that looked like the shape of a sharp knife. I began to feel sick at the idea of what might happen. I glanced at the others. All the kids looked scared beyond belief. Sam kept pretending the yawn, in which I have never noticed, showed of rows of razor-sharp teeth. Flint began to glare at the poor kids and muttered things that I could make out as, "They are so stupid. They don't know what's coming to them." By then, Rascal was snickering as they got to the play place, which turned out to be an indoor playground. The children looked slightly hopeful that nothing bad was really going to happen. Rascal grinned and let the children in. Flint laughed along with Sam, who was glaring at Natalia again. Natalia suddenly went to the back of the line where I was and whispered something's not right about this. I just nodded, hoping that this would be over soon. Then I noticed something that made my heart stop. The cameramen were walking away. Sam and Rascal and Flint watched them walk away, but did nothing. Just said, "See ya." It was very dark on the inside of the playground. Then the animals led them to a dark room. Rascal locked the door and told the children to go sit in the chairs. That's when I saw Rascal pull out some rags and tie them to each kid's eyes. "Now," he said, "this is part of a game. Sit still and don't worry. We will untie you." Natalia and I were the only ones who didn't sit down. We told them we didn't want to play the game. I ran up to the door and tried to break the lock, but then Rascal just grinned, stabbed the children in the chairs. Each scream pulled me harder and harder. Natalia was crying and pulling too. When we were about to break the lock and the last child was slain, he began to walk towards us. Just in time, I broke the lock and me and Natalia ran. We ran and ran and ran, all the way back to the stage room, and we told them what happened. One of the crew said there was a note taped on my back. I pulled it off and read it. What it said haunted me forever. Rascal the rabbit, Flint the bird, and Sam the dog. We welcome you to the last days of your sanity. It was true. Ever since then, kids at school, except for Natalia, who committed suicide a week later, thought I was the killer. Nobody ever listened to me. When I go into my nightmares, I tell them, the rabbit, the dog, and the bird, they will one day find their happy place. Then in my dreams, me and poor Natalia are killed.